Hey, I want to talk a little bit about the functions and mistyping your type. So, I think with the MBTI, there's a lot of ways that you can identify with other types of personality. It's very easy because a lot of them overlap. Like out of the 16 personalities, a lot of them do overlap. When you read the descriptions, some of the functions, you think you identify with some of them. And excuse me, and it might be normal to actually not get your type on the first try. Some people do, and it depends on what website that you get to, because some websites are better than others. So if you take a personality test and the website is not that good, like sometimes it's not, you know. But I'm sorry, I'm getting like distracted because I hear people outside. But yeah, I think it's real easy to do that, and sometimes you have to give yourself like some leeway to know that you could be typed wrong in a wrong personality. And with that, you just want to kind of keep in mind, like, because there's sometimes where I can tell like some people look like they're like mistyped, because it'll be like certain things that I'm just like, and I know all people are not the same, but there's just some giveaways that are like, you might want to try looking at the functions and see how you identify with the functions individually. And that's what has helped me, because I thought I was like a couple different ones until I'm like, I know that this one is, I identify with this one the most. And again, a lot of it does overlap, and we are a little bit of everything. Like everybody really has all of the functions. It's just that some of them will be more dominant, and you can't be both, because I think there's a thing of like, even people think like, oh, I'm an ambivert. I think I said that right, where you're extrovert and an introvert at the same time. But there's really no such thing as being like both. You definitely can have both qualities, but there is going to be one that is more dominant than the other one. So if you're interested, I mean, if you don't care, that's fine too. But for those who are like, they want to know, just kind of think about that. And I see a lot of, I am going to say this is a little bit of a rant too. I feel like there's a lot of FPs sometimes that, because of their function stat, FPs tend to feel like they identify with everything. They tend to think that they identify with a lot of different people too. And also their mind is usually in kind of all over the place. And this is not something that I said. This is actually something that another INFJ, who's kind of like a prominent YouTuber, like they said the same thing. They were just like, well, they were talking more about ENFPs tend to have like, their thoughts are like all over the place. And I kind of see like the FP function, they tend to think that they identify with a lot of things when it may not really be. It's like they're kind of just mirroring what they think, and I think they sometimes get mistyped. Like a lot of INFPs think that they're INFJs. There's some ENFPs that think that they're other people and types, and it's really interesting. And again, it's not just INFPs or ENFPs. It could be ESFPs. I don't know, but I do feel like sometimes the P function tends to get mistyped sometimes. Anyway, I don't know. I don't want to make this too long. So yeah, what are your thoughts about just mistyping? Do you feel like you know people that are mistyped, or do you feel like you've mistyped yourself? Yeah.